Morning.
Hello, everyone. I want to welcome all of you as you're coming on. Drop in the comments where you're coming in from tonight. We're going to give everybody a couple of seconds here.
Welcome, everybody. We are super excited. I am excited. I wonder if there's a better word than excited. We should come up with our own
We can't
word for
sleep.
excitement.
We can't
Can't
sleep at
sleep. I
night.
don't know what it is.
Actually, we do. We
Oh,
sleep really good.
as you guys are popping on, please drop in the comment where you're diving in from. It's so fun to go on and see where everybody's dialing in from. You also ought to drop what temperature it is where you're living. I
And
have
if
heard
you
there's
have
snow
snow,
on beaches where have never seen snow before right now. So crazy stuff that's going on. But welcome, everybody. We'll give everybody about 30 seconds here, minute or so, get everybody dialed in. We are very excited to share some super fun information with you all tonight.
yes, we are. Dave and I are coming in live from Grove, Oklahoma, here at the Lake House. Our home is in Kansas. It doesn't matter if we go to Oklahoma where we think it's going to be warmer or we go back home in Kansas. It is just winter. So we want to welcome all of you guys. I know tonight you're probably wondering how long we're going to talk. What are they going to talk about? Your friend invited you. Drop in the comments who invited you on this Zoom. And most importantly, are you brand new? Have you ever heard our story before? We would love to know our audience. If you're new and you've never heard our story before, please say new. And I promise we're going to be so respectful of your time. We're going to get right to the point. I was raised in a Baptist church where church took almost half the day. And so I always say your mind can only absorb what your butt can endure. And I don't want you to be sitting there falling asleep during this. So we are going to keep it short, sweet, to the point. But honestly, Dave and I were talking earlier and we're like, if people really get this, they're gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight.
So crazy watch the chats come in. It seems like the highest temperature is Texas at 42. Everybody else is between 3 and 17 degrees. Doesn't matter where you're from, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, look at all the new people. There's so many new people. Jennifer Clayton invited you. You are so lucky.
Guys. Welcome. Well, Barb, I think we ought to go ahead and get going.
Okay,
We're gonna get rolling.
Are we straight up? We are straight up.
We are straight up.
2 minutes after.
Minute after. So it's already taken up 2 minutes of Barb's time. So there we go. It's so fun. This last week or so many amazing people in this company have been jumping on these lives, sharing some amazing information, and all the love in the world goes out to them from Barb and me. It is
amazing leadership we've ever worked with.
It is incredible. But we have a job tonight.
Yes, we do.
Our job is not to just talk and have fun, which is usually what we do.
To meet the CEOs of a brand new company that's just launching. So my husband, Dave, my name is Barb.
Yes, and tonight, like Barb said, we're going to give you guys some information. Number one, make sure you thank the person that got you on here. They are excited out of their mind for a reason. Make sure and thank them. My goal is that when we're done with this here in a few minutes, that you don't sleep tonight. I'm sorry. I know rest is good, but tonight, I hope you don't sleep.
Well, my goal is that you have enough information to make a good decision of whether this fits for you or not. And I will tell you, whether you get started with us tonight or not, thank the person that invited you. They're going to be your friend whether you do this or not. This is a product that's literally changing people's lives, a category created. Dave and I have been in the industry for almost 30 years in nutrition and in direct sales.
Drop in the comment if you all have been in the home-based business world, yes or no. And also if you have used nutrition. Amazing. 30 years even after we've been in the world of nutrition, how many people are like, no, I really haven't tried it yet. It fascinates me. So hopefully that's you, because we're going to put some good stuff in your brain tonight.
So how many years have you been taking good nutrition? Because Dave and I have been on good nutrition since 1996. But I'll tell you something. It's funny. We've owned and ran companies. We've been partners of people, in companies. We've been in the field building teams together since 1996. Yep. I personally can tell you there were times that I thought I had the best products in the world, but I didn't feel good. I was 40 pounds overweight. Right. I don't know what people were doing following me, looking at the way my health was in and out of the doctor. And so after 30 years in the industry, what Dave and I really realized is that most people don't feel good. So let's back way up, because I'm going to tell you the 2-minute version of our story. I wrote a book about it that's this thick, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I'll tell you it should have been called Pitcock's Believe It or Not, kind of like Ripley's Believe It or Not, because it ended up in the Christian self-help section. And I thought I was going to empower people like a Jim Rohn or a Tony Robbins or something, but All I did was take my journals and write the book, No Gus, No Story, because in 1996, I had a single mom. I was the oldest of five. My dad was around until I graduated, and then he wasn't. And I was helping my mom raise four little kids. I was the mom most of my life growing up because they were workaholics. We live in a very small town where we still live today with like 2 stoplights, 2 cafes, a Sonic, a McDonald's, 10 liquor stores, 19 churches. But there's not a lot of people, just about a couple thousand people there. And I'll tell you, Dave and I, my sweetheart, when I was 12, and then we ended up back together and got married when I was 21.
I met her at a skating rink, by the way.
Yes.
I know everybody wants to know.
I was the rink girl.
I met her at the skating rink called Something to Do. I think we were like 12
There was
years
nothing
old.
to do.
There was nothing to do. They called it Something to Do. Yes.
So Dave was a professional bull rider. You know, he got out of high school, went to college on a baseball scholarship, fell in love with riding bulls. We didn't really see each other for, you know, how it is. You graduate high school, you move away. And I didn't get to go to college. When my dad left, college wasn't really an option. I thought I was going to go make it big on Broadway. I was a dancer and ended up having to be an entrepreneur because I was helping my mom. And we were hard workers. I mean, my mom raised all 5 of us, has done amazing things, no stranger to hard work. But I was running a dance school. I was cutting hair, teaching dance. I did sell 3-wick party light candles and House of Lloyd and home interiors and Christmas around the world.
You were always.
I joined the makeup companies. Like I was the Avon lady. I did it all. And one day this man called me for a haircut. And I will tell you, we ran away together, fell in love.
Here we are.
The fast version is we had 2 babies in 3 years. We had 1 on the way. I talked him into quitting college. We started 5 businesses. And the next thing I knew, we had a lot of money coming, but it was kind of all going in the wrong direction. We had a lot of cash flow. We just weren't keeping any of it. And in a small town, your integrity, your reputation, your word is everything. I never told Dave I had been a distributor in all these companies. All I knew was I was never doing that again. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, wasn't interested. And I had a bit of status because when you have success in a small town, I don't know how to say it other than just being completely honest with you. I wasn't going to get in a home-based business. I didn't want him to ever do anything like that.
She says she wasn't going to get in a home-based business, but in our first year of being together, we moved about 8 different times to different homes. I would move closet to closet to closet, boxes and boxes of stuff and products.
You never talked about it.
She says she'd never given one, but the whole closets were full of them.
So one day, you guys, it was an election year, much like this year. Economy was low. We come from a little town, Bob Dole's hometown. That's the only thing that's ever really happened there until Frequence. And oil was $7 a barrel. It was tough times. People were maxed out on their credit cards, a lot of foreclosures. People were losing their homes, losing their cars. I was running a dance school, cutting hair. People didn't have money to get a perm or a hair color or pay tuition for their kids' dance. And Dave and I had our backs against the wall. And I have to give him all the credit because one day he came home and he was so excited and I knew it. I knew he had joined something. It was the first fight we ever really had.
It wasn't a fight. You were sharing your opinion.
I told you to get a refund.
You were sharing your opinion and I was listening. That's what we do.
And the long story short, Dave had amazing success. He fell into something at the right place, right time. I do think luck has a lot to do with that. And I will turn it over to Dave by telling you, I was in the right place at the right time. I was praying for something to come along. And even when it did, I was like, no, God, I'm never doing one of those things. Thank God Dave did. He did make a decision. He was doing it with or without me. And 93 days later, he brought me home to be a full-time stay-home mom. I had baby number 3, Callie, who is currently our COO of this company. She is a grown woman now, and she grew up with a mom that never had to drop her off at daycare. I could be present. I could be in the bleachers. I could be at the every room mom party. I could do what I wanted, when I wanted, and have the money to pay for it. And I'll tell you, when those first 2 babies were born, I missed a lot of firsts. But I made a decision in 1996 after Dave dragged me to a meeting, much like this, except we're all on a Zoom, right? You didn't have to go anywhere tonight in the cold. It changed my life. So my goal tonight on this Zoom, yes, we do have a product that's just disrupting the industry, but I want you to know there's also an opportunity attached to this. And if you understand it, I think you're going to have hope. And someone did that for me, even when I came in kicking and screaming. I want you to thank the person that invited you on this Zoom. They cared enough about you. They want you to get one of two things: a better result in your health with our result-driven products, or a weekly extra check in your account that could make a difference to your family. And to me, that one meeting that Dave went to literally changed the trajectory of my life, and I'm forever grateful.
Well, and you know what, even talking about that part of it, this whole, and I want to dive into frequency and what it's about and get it. I want to get a little scientific, not very much, but I want people go, they look at the word and they go, ooh, frequency, what frequency, what is it? I want to share kind of how that all came to be. But when you think about what we are doing and this business, the whole scope of it, what we're doing is everybody does it every day of their lives. What we do is recommend and promote something that we really like. And that is what every single person does every day, whether it's going to a good restaurant, promoting whatever app you use, where you get your haircut, where you buy your clothes. I don't care what it is. If you like it, you promote it.
About it.
And today, with social media and how fast that can happen, that's when things start to trend. And that's what we really want to talk about tonight. 15, 16, 17 years ago, I have always been into how to feel good. I've always been an overthinker. I always look up at the sky and the stars. I wonder how far it goes. And when it gets to the very end, then where does it go? And I'll do that for like an hour and then my mind is blown.
And I always say, who cares? Why are you thinking like that?
But about 15 years ago, I read a story. About there's an oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Many of you probably heard about it. When the oil spill happened in the Gulf of Mexico, the wildlife and the marine wildlife was dying. They had a hard time. Some students from Harvard and Yale went out to the beach of the Gulf of Mexico with speakers, and very special speakers that emitted certain frequencies, and it literally cleaned 2 square miles of the ocean with frequency. And I was very intrigued with that. And we were taking good nutrition and wanting to take care of ourselves. And then years later, and I remember I brainstormed with some friends and mentors about this. I remember one time I was like, you know what? This was 15 years ago. I remember calling my mentor saying,
Flew to Chicago.
I want to create a machine. You plug in your house and it emits good vibrations and it makes you feel good all the time. And he's like, yeah, that sounds okay. And then we got off on some other tangent.
Then you said you guys should publish your books, and he helped us publish our book. That was 2008.
But I've been thinking about this for a long time. A couple years after that, I ran into a book by a guy. His last name was Rife, Raymond Rife, and there were stories in his book about how he could look at a person and take some measurements and energy stuff, and he could figure out what was wrong with them. He's like, oh, if you have the common cold, you are resonating at this frequency. And if we can do this and this, we can help get rid of that. And I really got into these things. Dr. Emoto, I don't know if you Google Dr. Emoto, amazing research. He literally took like water molecules under a microscope, and based on the frequency, the sound that he gave to that molecule, the response was insane. The response was amazing. Some of them look like dead, just dilapidated molecules, and other ones look like the most beautiful snowflake. And it's the same water. All they changed was the frequency, and in some cases, even the words that he spoke. And you read sometimes, and as you're scrolling, I always see, think about Tesla or Edison, where they have comments and quotes from way, way, way back in the day where they say, you know what, the future is frequency. The future is energy. It's crazy. Back in the day, when you were probably in school, you learned about molecules. Molecules were the smallest thing out there until they weren't. And when there were molecules, which, you got oxygen, you got hydrogen, you put a few of those together, now you got water, and there's all these elements and all this stuff. And then along came atoms. And they're like, oh, wait, molecules aren't the smallest. It's atoms. Atoms are the smallest. And in an atom, there's a proton and an electron and a nucleus. And you know what holds it all together? Energy. The electrons are spinning so fast, it holds everything together. And based on what kind of compounds and elements they're all put together and how they're spinning, that's what creates the glass on the table, or my shirt, or my hair, or anything. And they're like, oh my gosh, atoms are the smallest things ever, until they're not. And now recently they have just found there's even smaller things, and they are thinking they are the absolute very beginning subatomic particles are called quarks. Quarks and leptons, there's all these crazy names that are smaller than atoms. And guess what? Until they're not. As we continue to grow and learn about science and energy and things, and it's like today, 30 years ago, it took like 2 years to get to the next thing. Then it take 2 years. Today, it takes 2 days. With science and technology, it's 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. And my point is this, sometimes people say, well, I just have to see it to believe it. Well, what if you could feel it to believe it? You can't see the wind, but if I walk outside, I feel the wind and I know it. Most people don't know how bad they feel until they start to feel just a little bit better. And that to me is what Frequency is about. We have found a way to embed frequencies, good frequencies, frequencies that have been studied by doctors, frequencies that help different organs in your body. We actually take 11 harmonic frequencies, we've embedded them into our products. And what it does, I heard one of our leaders the other night say it in the most eloquent way, Jenna Tomer. She said the sentence, and it helps calibrate your body to where it needs to be. How many of you don't feel like you're calibrated? I mean, think about it. Folks, we live in a world.
I'm wearing them.
We live in a world, tell me if I'm wrong. We live in a world of microwaves. We live in a world where every other ad on television is what? You tell me. Drop in the comment. What is every other ad on television?
It should be illegal.
It's prescription drugs. And you know what? We're the only country, there's only one other country out of 180 some countries that it's legal to do that. And that's become the norm. Like we watch enough TV and these ads be like, oh, that's what I need. No, what you need is more energy. Our great Dr. Rob talks about energetic debt. Like you've got to give yourself as much energy as you're giving away. How many people in the world do you think soak up enough energy more than they actually give away? They don't. And guess what happens? Your body starts to go into ease. And you start to not, oh, I'm a little sluggish. I don't want to get off the couch today. Oh, my stomach kind of hurts. I kind of got a headache. All of these little things is because your body is in a disarray. Your body wants to calibrate. Your body is the most amazing temple thing. You are the creator. You are the orchestrator of everything about you. And it's crazy. We don't do anything about it. You go to a Walmart and watch people shop for nutrition.
Today.
It's like they're shopping for greeting cards. They pick, oh, what's this? Oh yeah, okay, and they put it down. They don't know what they want, but they know they need something.
And most people have a whole cupboard full.
Oh my gosh! And folks, that's what Frequency is about. Frequencies, here's what Frequency is about. It's about taking that philosophy and that concept of frequencies and energy. Can we embed that in the most result-driven nutrition that we can possibly make? That is our goal. We've been beta testing. We've been beta testing for a little over a year. We have over 30,000 customers right now, people using one of our products, and it's lighting people up. And that is the most exciting thing in the world to me, because that's what it's about. To me, Barb, Frequency is about energy. Frequency is about, going on that walk, doing a little grounding, soaking up some sun, getting in the sauna, getting good sleep, the things that are important. And then on top of it, you have result-driven nutrition with this energy. You feel amazing. I'm 55 years old. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. And I attribute every bit of it.
You look good too.
Stop it.
Yeah, he looks good for 55, right? Yeah. Drop in the comments, does he look 55? No way.
You didn't. Nobody dropped that in the comments. No.
So here's what I want to tell you guys. Dave and I did not need to start a network marketing company. After 30 years in the industry, we didn't just join a company and fail like I had done so many times. We learned a system and then we taught the system, and we helped thousands of people become financially free and achieve their goals and dreams over the last 27 years. And so, when we turned 50, I always was like, man, when we're 50, we're going to be out of debt. We're going to buy a house on the lake. And here we are, 8 o'clock at night. We're working with all of you, and there's no place I would rather be. But you know what? We didn't need to do this. We saw the industry.
But there was a need for this.
There was a need for this.
Right?
So we looked at this industry, everything that it did for us in 1996. I mean, there was integrity. There was, you can build it and you can will it to your children, sell it, leave a legacy. You don't hear anybody talking about that anymore because our industry has become completely polluted with all of these people trying to knock off other people's product, gouging them with, low quality, high prices. I'm going to share the products. And he's like, come on, you're up your 2 minutes. We got to stay on track here. But
thinking about that.
No, I know you weren't. I'm just teasing you. When we used to do meetings like this, you guys, and we would be driving 4 hours because we live in the sticks. We would drive to Kansas City 4 hours. It's to the east, or we would go to Denver, which was 5 to the west. Other than that, you couldn't put, more than not a lot of people.
We live kind of in the middle of nowhere.
So we did this for years and years and years. Yes. Now people don't have to go out and do a presentation or speak or do any of the hard work that we had to do because you can sit in your pajamas. Some of you don't even have pants on right now. You invited a friend to watch this crazy story and it's so much simpler. But I'll tell you something. The system that was created for us in 1996 allowed me to make more money than I ever dreamt possible. What are you laughing at? The comments?
Half the comments are, I have no pants and I'm in my jammies. That's what everybody's saying.
I love that. You guys, it's pajama money. It's beach money. It's laying down with your little girl reading a book money. It's being able to be present, hang out with your husband while he's fishing on the boat money. And that's why we wanted to start a company, because quite honestly, at a point in our life where we were like, we could be retired and we were making millions of dollars. We would buy a house each year as an investment property. We were doing Airbnb, we were doing all the things. But I'll tell you something, as much as I loved real estate, I told Dave one day, I can flip a house and make $100,000 in 90 days, but it never makes me feel like I feel when a single mom says, I paid for ballet. When a dad says, I was able to pay the credit card statement. And that's what really had us thinking about starting a company, because there wasn't a company out there that I would join. And my kids were young adults. I would have never told them to go join these older companies where there's a lot of things happening. You see the shift. The newer companies, most of them go out of business. And this is not a silly little startup, guys. I wouldn't have started something that I didn't believe was amazing, dynamic, and could pass all the competition. And so I was praying about it. It was 2022. Dave and I were caregivers of his mom. We lost his mom to a battle with cancer in November 2 years ago. And that day, have you guys ever had a ton of pain or a ton of grief where you're like, I'm going to solve that problem? That day I was like, I will never allow that. I was like, what can I do? Right? And sometimes it takes fear or pain to really push us to our purpose and our passion. And I'm going to go real quick through these products. But that day I was like, we're going to make something that's going to get all the toxins out of our body and it's going to get all the minerals in our body. And I thought this was going to be it, and we own traditional businesses and we've manufactured essential oils and things. And my kids were like, why wouldn't we just do a product we've sold for years that we know works? And I was like, because those are products that are already out there. We got to do something different. And I remember it so well because Dave and I were like, what is it? And we weren't in a hurry, but we were praying with so much discernment. And I really believed source minerals were going to be it, right?
Well, result-driven nutrition, number one, and energy. Those are the two things that we've screamed about for 20 years, is you can take great nutrition, but 20 years ago, the word was bioavailable. And you could take it, but could your body really use it? And nowadays, if you get the right nutrition, your body lights up.
So we were going to, our friend at LaCour, Terry, he was like, I think you should do frequency, Dave. It's your jam. You wrote books about it. It's the way of the future. Einstein says it. You get it. So I'm like, okay, well, how are we going to do that? You guys, we were praying about it. And February 22nd, like months later, my oldest daughter was struggling with addiction and had an accidental overdose on fentanyl. And I remember that day so well because, you're praying, you have discernment, and I remember just dropping to my knees. We were in Mexico at a wedding.
Yep, out of the country when it happened.
And everyone said, she's not going to live. She's in the ambulance. She's blue. She's not going to live. It was that moment I was like, Lord, if she lives, I swear. Have you ever pleaded with God? Like, I will do anything. And I had no idea what the next year would bring. But all of a sudden we had the brakes, like we couldn't have built anything. We couldn't have started anything. The only thing we cared about was saving our daughter and fighting this mental health battle even after she was well. And after, she lived, it didn't go away, guys. Mental health became this thing that, like, I was in and out of treatment centers, counselors, calling somebody to bring an IV cart, going to ER, trying to get a therapist, all the things. And there was just something that I couldn't fix. And as a mom, you have no idea that battle, because when you love someone that's struggling with their mental health, you become as sick as they are. And that month, I remember us selling Dave's mom's house, many of our properties here, a med spa we had built with my family and sister for years, and wiring the money to a man named Joe at LaCour Labs. And in Dallas, Texas, if you go tour our facility, it is state of the art. I said, Joe, I need something to help with the dopamine, that oxytocin, them endorphins, like something to make them feel good.
They need to feel good tomorrow.
And that is how Rise was born. And you guys, this is our flagship product. If we didn't have what's coming, I really believed we could have had $1 billion brand with just Rise.
Yep.
That same journey helped us learn about the power of frequency on jewelry. Frequency on nutrition was born because Brooklyn experienced the benefits of 11 harmonic frequencies. When we put a little piece of jewelry on her body, the difference it made. And it's what Dave said earlier, it calibrated. And so how could we do that? It took a year. You guys, it's been 2 years and we launched in February.
Yep.
A year of getting 11 harmonic frequencies in a medallion on the product, something that tasted unbelievable. And I remember Callie and Chance being there at the table with their families, Callie's fiance, Darian, Chance, all the kids around the bar on Black Friday a year ago. Let's just see if anyone likes the taste of it. Let's get it. Let's take it, mix it up in some water. We had nothing but Rise and Source, you guys. It was this simple. Pour it in some water. It's going to taste like an Arnold Palmer with a hint of peach. You don't taste a mushroom. I didn't know what a mushroom even was.
I don't like mushrooms.
We never would have ate one, right? Stir it up. And then we got this straw that is anti-wrinkle, tuned with 11 harmonic frequencies. Lay it on your lips. Sip it and slay every single day. So we launched with Rise and Source, you guys.
Big test.
Company of the Year, starting up in 2024. Company of the Year. And here we were like, okay, leaders we had never met before, making 6 figures in pre-launch.
And here's why. Because people did mix it. They did take it. And the common message was, I'm going to run out of this and I'm terrified. I don't want to run out of this. I haven't felt this good in so long. And that, when you can help people feel good, there's
drop in the comments what it did for you. Somebody drop in the comments what happened when you did Rise and Vibe every single day. And then you add this straw and you just stay tuned. So stay tuned. We got a pack for you at the end and it's amazing. But we also have a face product that you don't have to worry about going and getting all the injections or all the work done. It tightens almost on contact. I use it every day as a primer. I use it under my makeup. I use it at night. I use it on my neck because, you know, when you're 50, it kind of starts to look like a chicken. Dave and I have been in the CBD industry for ever since it was the Farm Bill passed. We have formulated some of the most incredible CBD products on the planet. 0 THC. This girl has never even smoked weed in her life. I know you don't believe that, but Kansas is a very conservative state. There is 0 THC in our CBD products. We have the COAs on to prove it. You will feel good. This is something that we have used in our family for years. And the CBD, CBG, if you just Google it, it's a bunch of stuff I could never say because we don't make any claims, but go look on PubMed. CBD, CBG, look at the benefits. And this product, last night I was here. I drove here to the lake so I could be with Dave.
Scared.
I was like, tell me that we have this because I always keep this on hand. This turns my brain off at night. I spent years sleeping maybe 3-4 hours a night. My kids would never be late because I would already be up. True story. But this has GABA, which calms your brain. It has the CBN, which is a very powerful cannabinoid. It's 5 milligrams of collagen, bovine, the expensive good stuff. We don't put no cheap crap in our products. It tastes like a melted fruit roll up. And so collagen, CBN, GABA, and magnesium. You guys, magnesium is all over the internet. It is probably one of the most important things I take, and it just puts a bounce in my step. So that's the product line up until this new disruptor. And man, the rice was so good. I remember in the summer we called Joe and we go, Joe, before launch, if we were going to do something that would literally be bigger than Rise, could you do it again? And he's like, you know, it has to be something you can't get anywhere, because you think your biggest competitor is another nutritional company. It's not. It's Facebook ads. It's Amazon. It's everybody wants something Instamatic, right? And they're buying junk. And so we wanted something top of the line, clinical studies, never been done before, first to bring to market, and something that would get results. And Dave is going to share with you, because as you guys can tell, he's the A student that married a C student.
No, not true. Not true. I'm just really lucky to have really good teachers and mentors and people like that tell me that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of science in this new one.
Just to keep this super short, you know, our Dr. Rob he's always said things like, you know, your body has energetic debt. You got to give it more than you give away. Our bodies are all of these elements and these molecules and elements. That's all we are. And some water. That's what we're made of. We're like a battery. A battery is minerals, elements, and water. You are the same way. And over time, even those, like even your cell phone, rechargeable batteries, what happens over time? You charge it, it loses life, you have to throw the battery away. What if you didn't have to throw the battery away? What if nutritionally there were ingredients that literally gave your body's natural ability to repair its own DNA to repair it? And to be able to stand here and say that, because we have clinical studies on 2 of the ingredients. There's 3 ridiculous ingredients in this new product coming out. It is an NAD product.
It is exclusive to Frequence.
It has NMNH in it, but it also has another brand new ingredient called diazoflavin. It is actually from Japan. We haven't found one place in America that has it yet, but the clinical studies on this is amazing. Giving your body the ability to repair its DNA. AC11 is another one. AC11 is, we have, you know, our partner has the patents on that. We have all the rights to that. Nobody else does. But when you think of you get older, you have cells inside of you. And on inside of those cells are little things called telomeres. And as you age, they get shorter and shorter and shorter, and things start to happen. The AC11 actually has clinical studies that shows and proves it lengthens your telomeres, in addition to the NMNH, in addition to giving your body the ability to repair. People are spending more money. I watched Marina Simone do a live the other night. I can't remember how many billion hits on Google that the word NAD is getting. And most people, you can't afford it. The only way you can get them is injections.
1.4 billion.
1.4 billion. It's insane what people are searching. How long have people searched for the fountain of youth and looking younger and feeling better and all the stuff? And it's one thing to say it, but the relationships we've had in 30 years, I attribute that to everything that we have. It's the people that we've met. Because without a Joe Wood, without a Terry LaCour, without the partners and the people and the team, you don't have that. How can you find the ingredient from Japan that's never been here, that already has clinical studies that says it lets your body repair its own DNA? And like I said, I'm not going to.
You got to get in before it launches.
But I'm going to tell you, we are getting, the name will be dropped here in about 20 days. We
saw the label today.
We're launching that product along with everything else. Like Barb said, the Rise alone has been incredible. But when this new product drops, with the amount of people wanting it right now, this is going to start to trend. And here's something else I'll throw out there. It also has frequency on it. It's going to have frequency.
Every product has
frequency. So it's going to be amazing. And we have never been as excited as we are right now. I hope you can tell that. Barb basically begged to have the AC11 in that product along with the other ingredients to really make it an absolute trifecta supercharged give your body the ability to repair itself thing, we have that. We
Well, you
have
gotta
that,
think.
and it's going to be so well priced
Well, you gotta
compared
think.
to
Everyone
other things.
out there who wants to make some extra money and they become an affiliate, and that's what I want to talk to you about real quick, because you could be a customer. Customers is what we're focused on. Customers helping people feel good now. We have a challenge going on right now. We have challenges every month where we help you get on track, a very simple system to get on track, and it's affordable. I mean, when you can rise and vibe with your friends for $150 and we show you how you can save 10%, it's just a no-brainer. We don't have a monthly fee. We don't have any quotas you got to do. You don't have to be on subscription, but you can, and it saves you money, and you can cancel it anytime. So I want to tell you guys something. If you could get an affiliate link tonight and there was an opportunity, how many of you are already thinking of some people that are going to want these products in their body? Drop in the comments.
Everybody.
Wouldn't you want your daughter, your son, your grandkids, your husband, everybody?
Everybody. Thank you.
Everybody. If you love them, you want it in their body. Like me.
Just take it one time.
Like,
and you know what's cool? These ones are your single packs.
But we also have a
take this
tub.
one time and then say, "Oh, how'd you feel?" 99% of the time, my brain lit up.
So
Don't
when
let
I
me out of
get
that
this
stuff.
tub and there's 21 of them in it, I break them into, hey, who wants to try it for 5 days?
Yep.
And you guys will have an opportunity tonight. You can get a pack where you could save on these, sell them, make money even by just having people try 5 days, or people can just jump on your link, grab a 30-day supply, and every time someone just decides all they want to do is rise, $20 bill, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So if you love it and you think you might want to share it with someone else, do more than be a customer, there is an opportunity. So in 5 minutes, I'm going to tell you guys how this works. I've been doing this over half of my life. I've been in great companies that paid a lot of money. I've been in other companies that had great products that didn't pay a lot of money. But when you have a great product, when people run out, they freak out. Today, Dave got a voice message, and it also, Jenna got a voice message. Brenna Marina got a voice message. All the diamonds are texting me. Robin and Sarah got a voice message. Every one of these diamonds that has done a presentation this week. Amber, they're getting these messages of people saying, I tried this product. What's in it? I can't believe it. And you can't replay the message because they're cussing. Like I almost enjoy just listening to them freak out about how they felt when they took the product, because they didn't think they were going to feel that good, but they did. And if they don't, there's a money back guarantee. So there's nothing to lose, right? Well, this opportunity is just kind of a no-brainer, because people start out as a customer and then they say, I want to save. So they get an affiliate link and then they say, I might share it. Like, what if I just mixed up and I told my friends, like, I tried this. This is how I felt. You might want to try it too. And I'll tell you guys, I've been testing the new product, the new, I can't tell you the name product. And I had to color my own hair yesterday because it just like grew out a whole bunch of, I have gray roots. And that doesn't normally happen between the times that I usually get it done. I also noticed a different level of energy. Dave and I feel different. And this is not, this new product is not like a, oh my gosh, I took it and I feel like I did when I took Rise. This is something that over time is going to allow us to live a longer quality life with our grandkids and to be able to experience life, not just struggle through life. And people need that, you guys. So if you share it with someone and it launches in February, you're the first to have the product, first in the United States of America, patented, clinical studies, nobody else can get it. If you make 20% on every first order, and it's less than $200, and people are going to take it for the rest of their life. I have real estate properties here at the lake on Airbnb that I have spent $100,000 on to rent them out, make the payment, pay the insurance, pay the taxes, pay all the upkeep, and maybe get 300 or 400 extra a month that we actually keep, right? Do you realize how quickly with this affiliate link, you could earn an extra $200 to $300 month after month after month after month and not have to spend $100,000 on a real estate investment or a rental property or a college education or going back to school or working overtime? Or what are the things that people do to make extra money, guys? Drop in the comments and let me know. Have you ever started your own business?
Well, and that's the 30-year passion. That is the 30-year passion of getting in this industry 30 years ago, seeing in 30 years, what does it take to make a living? What does it take to put gas in the tank and pay rent and do the things you need to do? You know what?
People
It
are
takes a lot.
struggling.
And there are a lot of ways to make extra money. But in 30 years, I've never seen an industry that truly feeds on what I like. It's what you like. If you truly like something and can share it, and that becomes a business, it's not like you're trying something, you're actually sharing something. It's so different. It's just so different.
And look at all the people that say they own their own business.
Yep.
So here's my next question, you guys, and I want you to all watch the comments. What did it take you to get started in your own business?
Yeah.
Drop in the comments. What kind of investment did it take you to get started in your own business?
Yeah.
It takes a lot. And here, for just a few $100s, people get products that they're going to take anyway, products that they can sell and earn more than what they spent, and create a residual reoccurring deposit every week, every Friday.
The system. You get the whole system.
Yeah, the full system. I'm going to tell you that at the end. But here's how the opportunity works. You make 20% on every first order. You make 30% once you've had 5,000 in sales. So you can make up to 30% in all of people's reorders. You earn a 5% commission. 6 friends tell a friend that tell a friend that tell a friend, 6 levels deep, 5% on the real dollar on all that they do. And it's infinity wide. You don't have to like do any structure. You can go however you want, tell as many people you want, or don't tell anyone. Just keep the secret to yourself.
Yep.
But we are going to pay you month after month on all those reoccurring orders. Now I'll tell you where it gets really exciting. We have something called a pool. And if you want to go crazy and really build a business, we have a leadership pool that starts at the very beginning. With just 10,000 in sales, you get a 5% pool share. Imagine owning a portion, a piece of the pie with this kind of eruption happening and a launch next month.
Yeah.
You are on the right side of the equation. So the comp plan is really, really simple. Pays on the real dollar. We don't have any hoops you have to jump through. We don't have a monthly fee.
Hey,
you're not going to get gouged, and it's global.
Here's a little example. I said before that we had a little over 30,000 customers and affiliates really excited. Here's what I didn't tell you. Just while beta testing, we have paid out more than $4 million in bonuses. Like, that is legit documented. We've paid out over $4 million in bonuses because you went, this is good. Hey, you should try this. And we paid you. We did. Just during beta testing. And we launched in about 20 days. And when this new product hits, I'm just telling you, my mentor always told me, he said, Dave, I don't care what anybody brings to you or whatever, but the sure way to miss success is always to miss the opportunity. And I've never felt like this in 30 years.
Me neither.
Not
Me
with
neither.
everything that's coming.
And guess what it costs to get started, guys? $49. But I'm going to give you a little special tonight. If you get with the person that got you on the pack, there is a platinum pack where you can get a ton of the single packs that you can share with everyone you love, help you launch your business. There is another pack called the gold pack. It is a great deal as well. The $49 fee is waived, and it includes done for you funnels that are launching next month. The platinums are already test driving them. We have a brand new website. You don't even pay for that on a monthly. You get training from leaders, 6- and 7-figure earners. Today, there was hours of free training right there in the affiliate page, inviting, sharing the product, helping your customers, all the things from people who have been there and done that, people who have had success. This is not a Dave and Barb show. There is so much room for you at the table. And Dave and I, being in this industry for 30 years, everything we've seen, what you see is what you get, guys. We live in a small town. Small town we live in, everybody knows the crook. Everybody knows who's the town jerk. Everybody knows who's the town liar. Everybody knows who's the town philanthropist. Everybody knows who's the town coach. And Dave and I want to build legacy, small town roots type legacy, where you keep your word, where you value people, where you build something that you're going to protect as a team. You protect because it's a family business. My children are so committed to this, you guys. When Dave and I are no longer here, they will be writing the checks to your kids and your grandkids. And that is our goal. We started this with a mission, much more than just commission. And I will tell you, the victories that people are having, small wins every single day, it's a ripple effect. And we want to be the company that's bringing more people more hope through a product that is result-driven, frequency on nutrition, a category created Like if you had Tesla before Tesla was Tesla, that's what we want for you. So what's next, guys? Get plugged into the system. Get with the person that got you on here tonight. There is a stay tuned pack. It is the bomb diggity, I'm telling you. Staying tuned with this frequency on your body, embedded in the products that you're taking, so you feel it when you take it and you can make impact. And it will help you to get started without even having to pay that $49 fee if you get with the person that invited you and grab the pack. So I'll tell you this, guys. Whether you get started or not, at least become a customer. You'll never be sorry that you did. Worst case scenario, there's a money back guarantee.
Got it.
Best case scenario, you're like many of the people who are on this Zoom who have already experienced. Drop in the comments how many of you have already experienced paying off your car or getting an extra check that makes your mortgage or daycare or maybe some credit card debt. You guys, the affiliate link is changing people's lives, and we're building a team that is so solid with the most amazing culture I've ever experienced in my 30 years. So from me to you, welcome to Frequence. Get with the person that got you on this Zoom. Do not wait, because if you don't get started, you'll never forget about the night you met Dave and Barb Pitcock in their office, Zoom to Zoom, whether you were in your pajamas.
20 days before it launches.
Some people are in Australia, they're just waking up. Some people are on the East Coast saying, thank goodness they're done talking. But I hope we said something tonight that rattled your dreams and goals. And I want to ask you something. If you don't do this, what are you going to do? Because there's not a lot of ways for the average person out there to get started and experience the results that so many people are experiencing here at Frequence. And my prayer is that you will be impacted in a positive way, either as a customer or an affiliate.
Yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We're Dave and Barb Pitcock. We're launching Frequence on Valentine's weekend. You can still make plans to be there with us in Orlando. And even if you can't come to Orlando, get the virtual link and let's celebrate as we launch what's going to be the biggest disruption in the industry of health and wellness. And you'll be the first to have this new NAD, AC11, and all the secret sauce.
Yes, definitely get back to the person that got you on here. Tell them thank you and say, I need some of this stuff.
Yes. Get started tonight. Bye, guys.
See ya.